in a way, it's sad the BBC couldn't now make a show like Adolescence. I think that's a tragedy, actually.
Right. But I suppose that's for me what's really, really interesting about Adolescence. And again, looking at that opening panel from the Edinburgh TV Festival, you probably remember this because it made some headlines. So Louisa Compton, who is head of specialist factual and news and current affairs at Channel 4, in that panel talked about Channel 4 being, quote, the proud parents of adolescence, and that the streamers are, she, quote, TV tourists. And what she meant by that, I think, is that, the public service broadcasters like Channel 4 and like the BBC, and obviously our existing channels, over the years have invested huge amounts in bringing on new talent. Jack Thorne and Stephen Graham both made many shows for Channel 4. And then, but Channel 4 and none of our channels could afford to make Adolescence. And that seems crazy. But then you think about, the one-shot thing. Every time I've seen Adolescence just the once, but each episode I'm like, Jesus, this must have cost a fortune. Because in order to pull that off, however many times they ran each one of those individual takes, they had weeks of, however many weeks of rehearsals, how many extras, how much time. It must have cost a fortune. And so there's no way that our channels could have covered that.